The clauses 1 and 2 stand part. Keith Locke.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think that clauses 1 and 2 are very relevant here. The title, the New Zealand Security Intelligence Service Amendment Bill. Now let's look at this title, the title of the organisation, Security Intelligence Service. Now, I have, in my previous contributions, indicated that there is a problem with the New Zealand Security Intelligence Service, and that in spite the increased amount of money being devoted to it, and in the time I've been in Parliament, I think the budget for it's gone from about $10 million a year to 40 million or more. And there's all sorts of staff added and translators and all kinds of people. But it doesn't seem to have, in terms of the wording in the title, too much intelligence to actually make any progress and come up with some achievements that we in Parliament can learn about and celebrate. So I think that term intelligence, in one use of the word intelligence, is not particularly appropriate to the service. And also, there's no indications of what it has really done for our security. The term New Zealand, we're always proud of that term being in the title of any bill, as all of us are very patriotic New Zealanders. The problem is that the New Zealand Security Intelligence Service, because of its relative lack of independence internationally, is not really upholding New Zealand's good name and traditions the way that some other government agencies do. And in fact, if you look at the WikiLeaks documents, you'll see that the New Zealand Security Intelligence Service, although it resisted this course for some years, is now integrating its computer system with that of the United States intelligence agencies such as the Homeland Security, FBI, CIA. And in that sense, we lose a bit of independence. There's not many nations in the world that actually link up their computer systems in the same way, and then we're reliant more and more on the American government's definition of intelligence and who might or might not be an enemy or should be a prohibited immigrant, etc. And we know, particularly from other WikiLeaks documents on Guantanamo Bay, that the American government gets it wrong many, many times, and when they've done audits of their databases, even the government audits themselves, they've found a very high error rate in terms of the databases about who are really bad people and who aren't. So we're probably through this integration with the American intelligence system affecting detrimentally the lives or the travel plans of many people unnecessarily. We haven't got statistics on that. They're a little hard to come by the very nature of the way these things work. So the title, I don't think is necessarily appropriate. It is certainly an amendment bill. That bit of the title is quite correct. Perhaps we should change the commencement date to further down the track. It comes into force the day after in which it receives royal assent. I think it would be better if we really put that further down the track a year or two out, so that we can ponder whether this is more appropriate legislation. But my view is that in spite of the improvements that have taken place on this bill, and it's good that there's the provisions there in terms of the section that was discussed earlier on human rights standard, it's good that the government and the government members on the committee and all the members on the committee did actually agree to put that provision in. It was proposed by the Human Rights Commission in their submission. It isn't quite necessarily in the form that the Human Rights Commission would like, but it's a step forward, and it does put a little moral basis under the New Zealand Security Intelligence Service to abide by human rights.
Call the Honourable David Parker.
Thank you.